Good morning.
Good morning.
Boy, I actually had to have second thoughts this morning about staying at home and working on my van since it's pretty fiddly. But then I thought, well, we have food today. We have potluck, so I got to go to church. So. There's worse reasons to go, right? So. This isn't the one. Yeah, it is. I can do this one. More t-shirts and sweatshirts that you might or may not want to wear. Happy birthday. Wednesday? Yes. Oh, well then forget about it then. And next week I'll forget.
22.
Yeah, again. Some people are like clouds. When they disappear, it's a beautiful day. Don't follow in my footsteps. I run into walls. And I love being over 60. I learn something new every day and forget 5 others. So. All right. We do have a couple patron saints by the name of George Carlin and John Lennon.
Hey, George and John.
Just all in unison. Do you know who started that? Dottie Carroll did. Yep. She started that probably, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. I don't know, a long time ago. And John said, I believe that as soon as people want peace in the world, they can have it. Trouble is, they're not aware that they can get it. So. And George, when you're born, you get a ticket to the freak show. When you're born in America, you get a front row seat. Sometimes true. Ancient Egyptians regarded a tattoo as a sign of wealth. We got some young folks that are bazillionaires. So. Yeah. Okay. To know how to wait is the greatest secret of success. Dang it. So, patience is the art of hoping. Okay. Does everybody awake out there? Do we need coffee or something, or just everybody's just kind of?
People are here for boat races this weekend.
Oh, that's true. That probably is true. Yeah, we went to Old Country Buffet yesterday morning. It's like, wow, there was nobody there except us. I prefer an accommodating vice to an obstinate virtue. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. Our virtues and vices couple with one another and get children that resemble both their parents. Yeah, I know. It's like, well, that would explain it maybe, so don't know. Yeah. Where was I? On electric toasters, why do they engrave the message, one slice? How many pieces of bread do they think people are really going to be able to stuff in that slot? Jan and I were at a store the other day, and we saw a retro, they call it a retro hot dog maker. And it was one machine, looked like a toaster, that you could put bread and hot dogs in. And you push it down and you wait, and they all come up at the same time, all done. It's like, well, that's kind of cool. I don't know about retro, but anyway. Why is it that no plastic garbage bag will open from the end you first try? I don't know. How do those dead bugs get into closed light fixtures or speedometers? Considering all the lint you get in your dryer, if you kept drying your clothes, would they eventually just disappear? So, yeah, I don't know. And if you try to fall and succeed, which have you done? If you try to fall and succeed, which have you done? Oh. If you ate pasta and antipasta, would you still be hungry? If work is so terrific, how come they have to pay you to do it? If the number 2 pencil is the most popular, why is it still number 2? If all the world is a stage, where's the audience sitting? Before they invented drawing boards, what did they go back to? If a turtle doesn't have a shell, is he homeless or naked? Both. Okay. I mean, these are questions that, people ponder. I mean, they're important questions, right? All right. Once upon a time, God was missing for 6 days. Eventually, Michael the archangel found him resting on the seventh day. He inquired of God, "Where have you been?" God sighed, a deep sigh of satisfaction, proudly pointed downwards through the clouds. "Look, Michael, look what I have made." Archangel Michael looked puzzled and says, "What's that?" "Well, it's a planet," replied God, "and I put life on it. I'm going to call it Earth, and it's going to be a great place of balance." "Balance?" inquired Michael, still confused. God explained, pointing to different parts of Earth. For example, Northern Europe will be a great opportunity and wealth, while Southern Europe is going to be poor. Over there, I placed a continent of white people, and over there, a continent of black people. Balance in all things. God continued to be pointing to different countries. This one will be extremely hot, while this one will be very, very cold, covered in ice. The archangel, impressed by God's work, then pointed to a landmass and said, "Well, what's that?" And he said, "That's Washington State, the most glorious place on earth. There are beautiful streams, hills, forests, and deserts." They didn't put deserts in here. There are beautiful streets. Washington State people are going to be handsome, modest, intelligent, humorous, and they're going to be found traveling the world. They will be extremely sociable, hardworking, high-achieving, and they will be known throughout the world as diplomats and carriers of peace. Michael gasped in wonder and admiration, but then he proclaimed, "Well, what about balance, God? You said there would always be balance." God smiled. "There is another Washington. Wait till you see the idiots I put there." I couldn't help it. Yes, I know it's politics. Sorry. Not really. Not really. All right. I almost remembered the song today, but I don't. So we'll sing it anyway.
Clarifying and living one's true purpose. Divine One, I feel as if I came into this life to do something special. I want to do something special and meaningful. I know that there are little things that I do out of kindness. Is that it? Show me what you would have me do. Guide me into my soul's bliss. Direct my steps into fulfillment. My heart and soul yearns for more. Just doing day-to-day things feels empty. There is more. Show me. Make it really clear so that I may move forward fearlessly and joyfully. May it be so. And thank you for awakening my true purpose into my awareness.
Thank you. Well done. Oh. Want to chat with you today. Oh, I'm on. Adjustments. Aren't you glad I'm not perfect? I give you such a wonderful example of being human. I want to talk to you today about reverse manifesting. Manifesting in reverse. Well, what the heck is that? Have you ever manifested, worked really hard at something, and something totally different happened? That's reverse manifesting. I have a story to tell you. It's a cute little story. So one of our members here was telling me that her pet had just passed away, and she was thinking about getting another pet, and she said, "I just can't do what I did when I looked for my dog." And I said, "Oh, what was that?" She said, "Well, I absolutely did not want a male dog. I absolutely did not want a big dog. And I definitely did not want a hairy dog. So when I got to the pound to look for my dog, what do you think I fell in love with? A big, hairy male dog. And I love that dog. It was totally not what she wanted. So why did she manifest what she didn't want? Because she had so much energy wrapped up in it. It was intense. She knew exactly what she did not want. And she had a lot of energy behind that. And the universe said, oh, I see there's a lot of energy behind that. Okay, we'll serve that up for you. Darn! All this time, who knew? Yep, that's how it works. We manifest what we put our energy into. So, speaking of the other Washington, D.C., how many of us get really frustrated with all that? Whatever side of the political aisle or in or on around. We're manifesting that because we're putting a lot of energy in that, a lot of emotional energy into that. We are. So we still want to have passion for our political beliefs. We want to make sure that our passion for our political beliefs are in a positive state and a motivational state and not an angry, disruptive, negative state. Because whichever we have the most energy attached to, that's what's happening. And that's what's going to show up in our lives. Now, with that said, there's this whole other thing that's really a different topic, but people get them kind of confused. And that's when crud stuff happens in your life. Now, I need to take a step back here because I want to be really humble about this. Because I don't want you to think that Phil and I are perfect and we've just done it all and we're just doing it right all the time. No. However, we've experienced some really rugged stuff in our lives, and we've intentionally done the right thing. And I think it's been a blessing for us. So with that said, when we first moved here, oh good Lord, the business we had in California, Texas. Oh, you missed my story. Oh, you're going to have to watch YouTube. It was a cute little story. That 5 minutes makes a big difference. So when we first moved here, we had a lot of struggles. And financial, emotional, physical, everything. Everything was just not good. And we had to really, really carefully monitor everything that we said, thought, or did, and make sure we were in alignment with the truth of what we were becoming, and not hanging on to the evidence that life was throwing in our faces that we were failures. Because life will prove to you your failure if you believe it, if you allow yourself to take that on. At the same time, it's not necessarily the truth, it's just a circumstance. There's the law of impermanence. Things change. Good stuff happens, good stuff goes away. Bad stuff happens, bad stuff goes away. And it's not based on whether you're a good person or not. Have you ever seen a bad person have good stuff happen to them? Being good or bad does not affect that. However, if you're having bad stuff happening in your life and you have a really good positive attitude, you can mitigate that. And it won't be as bad. They have proven that people who have cancer, when they have a positive mental attitude, get over it faster, better, rather than the ones that don't. So having a positive mental attitude does not protect you from life. Life happens, and sometimes life just is not pretty. Sometimes it serves us up some crappy stuff. And it's not because we're bad or we're being punished. No. Or we're not doing it right, we're not manifesting right. No, it's just a part of the process. But manifesting is something that we do long term. It's not just, I think a really good thought today and then poof, everything's wonderful and everything's fine and I'll just be good. But it's that day-to-day diligence, perseverance in doing that good stuff, doing that positive thinking that helps us even through difficult stuff. Hold on. Shifting of the gears, grinding of the gears. So what do we want to manifest? What are we experiencing right now in our lives? Is what you have right now, what you're going through, what you're living, experiencing exactly what you want right now? If it is, keep doing that. If it isn't, look at what you're manifesting from an energetic standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, okay? So, where's your energy? Where's your emotional power? This is emotional power that we're talking about. When we have emotional responses to life, powerful responses to life, that's going to give the universe a cue what to bring to us more. Now, we may be going through a really tough thing or a difficult time and circumstances, but as we maintain a positive attitude, then the universe will bring us more that we can be more positive about. So it's like writing it out. Write it out. So what is your heart on? Okay, this is a big one. And it's a challenging one because sometimes we get apathetic. Whatever. One day in front of the other. I don't know, I don't care. Don't we? That's sad. Because then all this manifesting energy is just sitting in neutral. You've taken your drivetrain into neutral. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine if you're just wanting to sit there and eat a cheeseburger in a drive-in. But if you want to go somewhere, if you want your life to go somewhere, if I want my life to go somewhere, it's really important to get it in gear and get it into a positive emotional gear. Not just intent with your brain, but intent with your heart. The two of them together are just a dynamite team. Dynamite team. This last week was really a challenge for me. I had some health issues again. So I had to really practice what I preach. Am I going to be miserable about this or am I not? Every day was a choice. Every day was a choice. And part of the day sometimes you're like, I just not bear, I don't like it. And then, okay, work through that. It's okay to have feelings, even if they're negative feelings. Okay, they're just feelings. But how long do you stay there is the key. But this last week, 10 days, I was either pissed off at something somebody said to me or I had my feelings hurt. It was opposite ends, and there was no middle ground, and that's not usually like me. Usually if somebody has a negative opinion about me, it's like, that's an interesting opinion, and you're entitled to that. I happen to be doing what I think is the right thing to do, so I guess I'm just going to be okay with that. Not this week. Oh boy, if somebody had a differing opinion about what I was doing or how I could do it better or whatever, I was crushed. So I had to stop and back up a little bit. And as I was backing up from that, then I'd hit reverse way too far and end up with, what do you mean you don't like it? So it was the opposite extremes there. But emotionally, the whole week was highly charged. And it took intense effort to just bring that charge back into neutral. So neutral has this value, because once I was in neutral, then I could get it into forward motion and move forward. So I know of which I speak. This ain't fun, it ain't easy, but it's worthwhile. It's really, really worthwhile.
What brought you to neutral, though?
What brought me to neutral? Prayer, the grace of God. I was chatting with somebody on Facebook the other day about patients. They had just shattered their ankle. They had fallen and shattered their ankle. So they had to have surgery and pens, and they were in a lot of pain and couldn't walk. And so they were struggling, and they said, I've got to have patience! And so I communicated to them that my definition of patience has changed. It used to be the agonizing endurance until things change. Can we relate to that one? No, that's not what patience is. Patience is grace as the journey unfolds. And when he got it, and he restated it in his own words, you could feel the power in that. You could feel the power in that. So stepping into a place of grace and becoming willing to allow my gears to be shifted for me by divine source. Because I was just dang helpless. Because neutral was the goal. And I was in wherever. And it wasn't pretty. Right, Bill? Don't answer that. So, once we can allow ourselves to be the recipient of grace and this peacefulness, then we have the ability to focus our intent on our heart's desires. Now, our heart's desire is different than a need or a want. Our heart's desire is this desire for more. You feel it, don't you? That's why you're here. It's like, I want more. I want to do more. I want to be more. There's more here. I just don't know exactly what it is just yet. And that's exactly where it is powerful for you to be. That's a powerful place to be, because then it can be revealed. Because often we don't know. We don't know what we're meant to do. I can give you a couple of hints. Where do you get most frustrated? Where do you get most frustrated? Is it with other people and how they drive? Is it with other people and how they think? Is it with yourself and how you perform? Is it with the sunny day, it's too hot? Where's your frustration?
All the above.
Within that frustration is a hint to your destiny. Because what you came here to do is gonna poke at you until you do it. So Phil and I had this conversation years ago, and it was like he just hated people making stupid decisions. Oh, that echoed. That was a good effect. And so, and the job he was in was fine. He liked it. But then he got into selling healthcare stuff. He's a broker, and so he can do everything. He doesn't do cars and houses and that sort of thing, but he does health insurance and all that sort of thing. And his thing, bless his soul, people come in his office or hear him on the phone, and he gives them all this information, just lays it out there, because it's so confusing to all of us, and he's got it. He's figured it out. And he just lays it out, and then you can do this or you can do that. Or you can do this other thing. What would you like to do? And you have all this understanding, and then you can make a choice. And whatever choice you choose isn't going to be a wrong or stupid choice. It's because it's informed. And it's going to be what serves you best. And the second he stepped into that, his world changed. And he's living his destiny every day. Every day. Personally, I would not do so well in that job.
Use ice pick on your eye, maybe?
No, no, man, no.
You're talking about Phil.
I'm talking about him. But he does it really, really well. He does it really, really well. What irritated me? Religion. Religion telling people they're bad and they should be ashamed. Pissed me off. So I'm living my destiny by sharing with you ways to move out of shame and blame and into love and light and joy and grace. That's what it's about. So find your irritation, and instead of just going, it irritates me, what could you do to fix that? What could you do to change that? That's your destiny. That's your destiny. That's the more. And you know what? You could do a ton of things and have the more too. It doesn't have to be your career. Maybe your more is just seeing litter. Pick it up. Maybe that's your destiny. Maybe your destiny is recycling batteries, like we've got up here. You know, what irritates you, find it and do something about it. And you know what? More will be revealed. More will be revealed. Every step of the way will be revealed. Because when we step into that power, then we're manifesting. And we're using this positive energy that overcomes darkness. So So you're focusing not on, oh, that's a terrible problem. You're focusing on, I'm fixing that problem. I'm doing something about it. I'm taking action. And you're focusing that energy. And that positive energy then is rewarded and blessed. And more information comes, more insights come. So I've done this before in this group, but it's been a while. But I want to do it again, just because it's time. I want to teach you how to search for a sign, how to seek a sign. We need a sign, don't we? Am I doing it right? I don't know. What's going on here? It feels bad. It feels wrong. I'm saying the right things to myself, but I'm still struggling. Give me a sign. So I want to teach you how to seek for a sign. Because if you ask, you will be guided. If we whine, not so much. Although I have seen guidance come through for me even when I'm whining. So we don't discount that. But to have it come through faster, sooner, quicker, better, having a positive state of mind is really, really powerful. Now, we've been talking over the last few weeks about having this harmony resonance. And we've been talking about peace, finding peace, being in that peace. And that when we have peace, it steps us into another level of vitality. So maybe you're stuck in neutral. I don't know, whatever, I don't care. That's because there's no peace. Finding that element of peace allows us to open up and go, ah. And in that moment of awe, a new energy, a new vitality infuses within us. We don't have to generate it. We don't have to make it happen. We don't have to force ourselves to have it. Good news is we can force ourselves to do whatever we choose. But if we're in this state of peace, this vitality is gifted to us. How cool is that? And then the energy to do the next thing is there, because the next aspect is courage. So we have peace, which opens us up to a new level of vitality, which gives us the courage to step forward in a way we haven't done before. And as we're stepping forward, we have an expanded consciousness now, an expanded awareness that allows us to see, hear, think more clearly, have insights and information gifted to us, which leads us to compassion, love. And when love is our motivation, nothing's stopping us. And then we bring that loving compassion back into our awareness, back into our courage, back into our vitality, back into our peace. And we share it as a harmonic among the world. Isn't that cool how that works together? So it's moving into this energy field of peacefulness and these other things added to us that allows us to have that expanded awareness by which the universe can give us a sign. Now here's the thing. Everything in the universe is neutral. Everything in this room is neutral right now. However, when I give you the cue, when I put it out there with my mouth, my verbal intent here, my mental, emotional connection, my heart and my mind together, and I'm speaking a truth, I can activate energy in this room. And there will be items in this room that will stand out to you and give you information. Don't you love it? So in other words, everything you just look around it's just stuff. It's just stuff, right? Now I'm going to walk you through guided meditation. And I'm going to have you close your eyes while you do that. This is not a real guided meditation, just a mini guided meditation. Then we'll do a guided meditation later. But when you open your eyes again, you're going to look around the room and some object or something that you see will have symbolic spiritual meaning for you. It will be brighter, it'll be stronger, you'll just be drawn, oh, I didn't see that before. Oh, I seem to be looking at that differently. Make sense? So I just want you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. From your heart space, ask Divine Source, whatever that is for you, ask Divine Source to give you a sign regarding your spiritual path. Deep breath in and exhale. And now open your eyes and look around the room. And what stands out to you? Look behind you, look around. What stands out to you?
Dreamcatcher.
The dream catcher, this one? Okay. So, so what do you think that means for you? As far as your spiritual journey?
To me, it means to keep dreaming.
Keep dreaming. That's exactly what I was going to say. So it means dream big. Dream big. And allow spirit to collect. A dream catcher collects all the nightmares. Allow spirit to do that for you. Go ahead. It's safe to dream, is the feeling that it's getting. And how does that feel for you right now?
Good.
Good. And now you feel a little more vitalized, a little more energized. Wonderful. And you may not even know what your next step is, but you feel better, don't you? And now you're open to receiving more information about that. Yeah, Kelly.
The candle.
The candle? Which one?
The flickering one behind you.
The flickering candle behind me. Okay, so what do you think that means for you?
Be a guiding light.
Be a guiding light. And how does that feel?
Good.
And you don't have to be on all the time. And when you're on, you can just beam. And it's enough. It's more than enough. It's what the world really needs right now. Isn't it? And how does that feel? How does that feel?
Feels right.
Feels right. Do you feel a little more energized?
Yeah.
Yeah. You asked for more. We prayed for more this morning. One more. Anybody else has? Oh, their hands are up already.
Let your faith be bigger than your fear.
Ah, well, that's. So, what are you afraid of?
It's a family issue, but yeah,
So, can I help you with that?
please.
So, as I was preparing for this service, it is a class, well, it is. I kept having, okay, my family's different. I love them dearly. They're very different. But I worry for them, you know. I'm a mama. Mamas just do that, mamas and grandmas. So I said, okay, I've got to apply this. How can I apply this to my family as well? Because I don't want to reverse manifest anything in that relationship either. So what can I do? So it was beautiful. What I heard from Spirit was, your son is a man of God. Your son is a man of faith. And I cried because, I can't fix it. And maybe he's making choices that I think are difficult or creating difficulty in his life. But he's a man of God. God's got this. And God will protect him. And then I was reminded of time and time and time and time again where things could have been much worse, but they weren't. And I could just be at peace. I found peace in that. Because I was searching through my life, okay, where is there no peace? Where is someplace that I don't have peace? I'm going to live what I believe. And if I'm saying it, I'm going to make it happen in my own life first. And this was an area in my world. Does that make sense? And then I thought of another one came through, and it was, your prayers are heard in his behalf. Peace, just. And then from that peace, there was this vitality, and then courage, and then it built and built and built. That makes sense?
Yes, I feel it coming in.
Yeah. So everybody, look at what you're afraid of. And where can you bring peace into that? Ask for a sign that will bring peace into that experience for you. Because without peace, then we're reverse manifesting. We're bringing it about exactly what we don't want because we have this negative energy that the universe is reading. The universe doesn't read negatives. It's like a little kid. You tell a kid, don't slam that door. What are they going to do? Slam the door, because they don't hear don't. There was a story that I just read not so long ago about this guy. And it was a picnic. I think it was a company picnic or something. And all of a sudden he looked up, and his son and one of his coworkers' daughter were way up this tree. And the first thing out of his mouth was, hang on! And the first thing out of the other parent's mouth was, don't let go! Which one fell? Because we as humans can't hear the negative. We're absorbing it as if it's positive. So if we're telling ourselves this horrible stuff, we're going, yeah, okay, subconscious going, yeah, that's right. Yep, and that's how it's going to be. We'll manifest that for you. Okay, I'm locked and loaded on that. So it's imperative that this positive manifesting happen now. We're doing it anyway. Do it in a positive way that blesses you and blesses others. Tell yourself the truth, because we don't go to la la la, everything's just fine. No, if everything's not just fine. But look at the fear and bring a peace into that. And if you don't have the peace, ask for it to be shown to you. You don't have to have the answers. You don't have to. That's what Divine Source is for. Because we don't have the answers. We can't do this stuff. But we can ask for the help, and the help is given. And the help is given quickly. So, Mr. Phil, if you would join me up front, sir. Obviously, I have more to say on that, but that's all for now. Communion is a physical manifestation of our faith, a physical manifestation of the connectedness that we have, of this willingness to be nourished in the physical realm by spiritual things. So little square things on the side is unleavened bread, animal crackers, if you want to honor a Native American pathway. And the center is gluten-free. So whatever works for you works for us. Would you join us in prayer, please? Loving Spirit of Light, as we take this in, nourish us in a positive way. Help us to feed on positive things. Help us to feed ourselves positive insights and positive awarenesses. Walk with us in this. We forget. Be with us in this journey. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. As that continues around, would you join us in prayer again, please? Loving Spirit of Light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life, all of it. Help us to see the beauty and the value in all of it. Help us to find peace in all of it. Show us the way. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Okay. Cool.
So last week I wasn't here, and I miss you guys. Janice, I think this service today was particularly just for me.
I'm sure it was. Right, everybody?
It is so comforting to come here and have sponsors and supporters that help you with just every little thing, even when you don't expect it. I love all of you, and I just love being a part of this church. Helping to keep the doors open is just a small part of it. Whether it's prayer or coin, we appreciate it. And thank you.
Thank you. Well said. So while that's going around, does anyone else have an object that came into their awareness that I could process out real quick? Yes.
Is that a cup and a heart?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's what I got. And what it meant to me, love and the sharing of the cup. To me, it meant compromise. And that you don't have to think like I think. You don't have to believe what I believe. We can just love
We can just love.
and get along.
Love
That's
it.
what meant to me.
Love it. Anybody else want to share theirs? Yes, Myrna.
Why was the cross with the dream catcher?
The cross with the dream catcher?
Even when my eyes are closed, I could see.
Really? Okay, so Phil built this cross, I think one of our first Easters, wasn't it, Phil? And there was just something about when he put it together. There was just a lot of energy here. So it's about faith. And again, the dream catcher energy is collecting all the nightmares. The Native Americans would put it over the baby's, whatever they call that, papoose carrier. Whatever, I don't know. So the symbolism for us is that we can have faith without fear. And I think that's the same thing as this, let your faith be bigger than your fear. So again, whatever you're afraid of, take a new look at it. Bring peace into that, because it's time for you to have faith and not fear, and let divine source manage things. Because the things that we need, the things that are important for us, will be gifted to us. Maybe not everything we want, but the things that are necessary for our growth, our spiritual well-being, will be gifted to us. Make sense? Anybody else? Mm-hmm.
The sun up there.
The sun up there? Okay. So, Callie painted this for us. And that is for her, as she was painting that, she said she felt as if that was the light of awareness. So what do you think that means for you?
Focus is the word that came to my mind when I thought of it, but awareness and focus, like.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same thing. So this is letting you know that your focus of awareness is on the light. And keep it up. Confirming for you. Keep it up. Yes?
The candles on the wall there, the sconce,
The sconce here?
they're not lit.
Hmm?
And they're not lit.
And they're not lit. So what do you think that means for you?
Very interesting. Right now, I'm just not wanting to do anything. So I guess maybe I need to look at,
Lighting your own candle.
yeah, getting lit again.
Yep. Find a way to fire up. And again, it's bringing that peace in there, that vitality. You're expecting that vitality to carry you, but you don't have any, but without peace in all things, that vitality isn't there. So this is asking you to be at peace. And know that once you light your light, then you can light the world.
Exactly.
So find ways to light that light. And you might want to ask for guidance in that this week. Show me how to reignite. And then see what is brought to your attention, brought to your awareness.
Sounds good.
Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Big stuff. So, should we do a little guided meditation? Why not, right? We'd have 2 in one day.